Time now for Extra Points with sports director Frank Cusumano, where we talk to Frank about some of the hot sports topics of the day. And let's begin with spring training. The pitchers and catchers have reported, and this is going to be an interesting spring training. I'm not sure what this lineup is going to look like, but you like Ivan Herrera as the catcher.
Well, yeah, it would be such a luxury to have a catcher with like an 850 or 900 OPS, which I think he can do with 25 home runs and hitting 300. Catchers don't do that. If you have him as a DH, that really, decreases his value to the team. Now, the bottom line is he's got to be a good catcher, and before he has not thrown.
Well, this is the big question, because he came up as a catcher, and then they kind of moved him away from that position, or they were not satisfied. But now it seems to be going in the other direction. What's changed?
Well,
why are they now high on him as a catcher?
I mean, they like that bat playing at catcher, and he's really been the one forcing this issue, saying, hey, I'm a catcher, this is all I've ever done. So he spent the offseason working on his throwing. He's always been okay at blocking the ball and calling pitches. If his arm's okay, it's good. But let's just say Jimmy Crooks really hits, then Herrera's value may be better as a DH, because you don't have a DH right now.
If he is the catcher, who's the DH?
I don't know. I mean, maybe one of those catchers. But, if Lars Nootbaar's not playing left, could he be a DH? They just don't have candidates. And maybe the DH is the bat they're going to acquire in the next couple of weeks.
Well, that's my question.
Randall Grichuk's out there. Harrison Bader's out there.
Is there any chance that they're actually going to do something more than they've done here in the offseason?
Yeah.
And if so, what are they waiting for?
Well, I think they're waiting for the price to come down, because as we've seen in the past, as spring training evolves, guys got to find jobs and their price tag goes down. But those two former Cardinals would be fine. It'd be better than what they have right now.
All right, big game for Missouri basketball playing at Texas A&M. How big is this game?
Well, Texas A&M's really good, and they've been the complete surprise of the SEC, and they're playing at home, and they're ticked off because Florida beat them like a drum on Saturday. Man, if you win a game on the road in the SEC, I don't care who you're playing, but they're playing a good team, this would be big for their NCAA tournament. I'm not saying they're in, but man, they'd move way up in the net rankings.
So you think that Mizzou, you told me earlier that if they finish above 500 in the SEC, which they currently are,
yeah,
they're likely to make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, you finish like 9th in the SEC with a 500 or better record, they're in. Yeah.
All right. Quickly, the Olympics, the Kachuk brothers, St. Louis well represented for Team USA in men's hockey.
Yeah, I just
Clayton
think
Keller, too.
It's so cool that, we got two guys from Creve Coeur and one from Chesterfield. They're going to play large roles in the United States, hopefully winning a gold medal. I like our goaltending, unfortunately, because of Jordan Binnington, a lot better than Canada's. But the Kachucks will be front and center and one of the stories of the Olympics.
All right, that's Extra Points with Frank Cusumano.